Namaste, everyone. I welcome you all in our mental health talk show Inside Out. And I know this is Sunday today, and usually we do all our talk shows on Saturday 11 on Punekar News. But what's so special and why on 10th September, and that is Sunday, why we are meeting all of a sudden? So I wouldn't call it a special occasion, but something that's really important. We all wanted to interact. As you all are aware, that the mental health awareness program is in the 13th week, and I am really happy and I'm really glad to for receiving all kind of support, best wishes from every one of you, from all our listeners, all our partners, all our professionals who are with us in this initiative. And we are very clear that our priority is, as we spoke about, and the theme for this year's World Mental Health Day, it's mental health as a human right for everyone. And today we are here to discuss one of the most important aspect that's been affecting probably everyone's life directly or indirectly. और आज का जो टॉपिक है वो एक बहुत सी एक निराशा लाता है हम सभी के लाइफ में बहुत बार। और जब भी हम उसके बारे में सुनते हैं, समटाइम वी माइट फील होपलेस, व्हाई वी couldn't do something. So I know you might have guessed right now. So our topic for the day is on the occasion of World Suicide Prevention Day, and we are going to understand the root causes for the suicide or the suicidal thoughts, emotional distress, and also how to prevent that. What are the after effects, probably on the family, as many people who have been working for suicide prevention, they say it's not the person's family only that's been affected, but there are approximately 100 people directly or indirectly are affected by that. I am sure we all remember the pandemic very well, and suddenly we woke up in the morning and we see the news of some celebrity committing a suicide, and there has been a lot of debate, chaos around that topic, whether it's a suicide or it's a murder. But altogether, why suicide? And there has been a lot of suicide cases we heard about. So today, to discuss on this, to put some light on this topic, we have very special guests with us, and I would like to welcome all of them. And specifically, I would like to take their name and introduce them here. So, first of all, I would like to welcome Shilpa Tambe. So she's working with Connecting Trust, which is a very well-known suicide prevention helpline number. I would say very well-known in the sense they have been really active for many years now, and they are really doing their best to prevent this helpline. So Shilpa ji is there as the outdoor coordinator, awareness coordinator, and she is also into training. And I'm sure there's a lot of insights coming from her for today's show. Welcome, Shilpa ji. Welcome to the show. We have another special guest with us. That's Mr. Pushkar. Welcome, Pushkar. Pushkar has been has been a professional for more than 2 decades now, and is also a volunteer and a trainer in one of the, as I said, suicidal helpline, that's Connecting Trust. And he has been handling a lot of distress calls he himself. So again, very informative things to be learned, getting from him as well. Welcome, Pushkar.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Again, I would like to welcome Nina. She is an HR professional and also a volunteer with Connecting Trust. And again, she has been handling distress calls and also been listening to people about their why, why, what, who's, many things. So, Nina, welcome to the show, and thank you for being here.
Thank you.
And here we have two members from our own mental health awareness program, Mr. Vijay Talreja who himself, when I asked him how one should introduce you, I am sure he is into IT, he's an IT professional, but he would like to be more identified as someone who wants to serve humanity. Okay, and he has been connected with a lot of initiatives, and he is with us here, and he's been here with us in this mental health awareness program as well. Vijay, welcome to the show.
Thank you. Thank you so
And
much, Kamlesh.
yes, yes. And we have Deepti Kolte here with us, again, our team member, a core member, and she is an NIMHANS certified lay counselor, and she has been working in and around mental health with different medium. Probably she is running a podcast, and she is a poet herself and been dealing with a lot of issues around mental health. So, Deepti, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much, Kamlesh. It's my pleasure to be here along with all of you.
Yes, yes, yes. I think first of all, there is a statistics I have with me. Before that, when we talk about suicide, I would like to come to Shilpa ji first. हम जब सुइसाइड के बारे में बात करते हैं, तो ऐसी एक क्या चीज है जिसके बारे में लोग हमेशा भूल जाते हैं, या वो एस्पेक्ट हमेशा एक मिस आउट होता है, लेकिन सुसाइड को हमेशा ही एक नेगेटिवली लिया जाता है और बस दैट पर्सन लॉस्ट होप उसी पे बात की जाती है. बट सुसाइड जब हम बात करते हैं तो आप इसे कैसे देखते हैं और क्या आप शेयर करना चाहते हैं?
Yeah, thank you first of all for having us here today. सुसाइड के बारे में अगर हम लोग सोचते हैं 5 सेकंड के लिए भी, अगर हम आंख बंद करें तो हमें खुद को पता चलेगा हम खुद सुसाइड के बारे में क्या सोचते हैं. बट ऑन अ लार्जर कैनवास इसे एक हार माना जाता है, जिसे कोई हारी हुई व्यक्ति जो फेस नहीं कर पा रहे उनके प्रॉब्लम्स को, जिन्हें कोई और आशा नहीं दिख रही, कोई और वे आउट नहीं दिख रहा, वो इस सुसाइड की तरफ जाते. बट देयर इज अ लॉट बीनेथ. जैसे हम सोचते हैं कि हाँ फाइनेंशियल प्रॉब्लम्स की वजह से उन्होंने ये किया, या फिर मम्मी ने मोबाइल नहीं दिया इसलिए इस बच्चे ने सुसाइड किया. सो दैट्स ऑलवेज द लास्ट स्ट्रॉ. देयर इज अ लॉट बीनेथ जिसके बारे में बोला ही नहीं जाता. द बेस इज ऑफ कोर्स इमोशंस एंड फीलिंग्स, जिसके बारे में हम बातें नहीं करते.
करेक्ट. सो शायद से अभी मैं स्टैटिस्टिक्स शेयर करूं तो वो ठीक रहेगा. एंड दिस इज गवर्नमेंट ऑफ इंडिया स्टैटिस्टिक्स. इट्स स्पेसिफिकली फॉर इंडिया. सो दिस अ वेरी ऑथेंटिकेट and still it's a government record, so there might be a possibility there are many cases unreported as well. Okay, so as the figure goes, it's 1,64,033 suicides in 2021 across India. Okay, out of that, I would like to pinpoint few important observations. Highest number of suicides, the first state is Maharashtra, that's 22,000 plus. Second state, that's Tamil Nadu, that's 18,000 plus. And third state, it's Madhya Pradesh, that's 14,000 plus. Why I want to pinpoint these observations? Because out of these three states, two states are the most developed states of India, where there is a economic flourishment, there is a development, there are best possible resources available, there is the best responsible government system available, there is an accountable government system available, there is one of the world's best workforce is available, one of the world's best IT sector is here, so most progressive states. So that's why I wanted to pinpoint this. And other observations I would like to make it here when we talk about Maharashtra or Tamil Nadu for that matter. So there are two highest categories about suicide, and that is farmers and students. And if we see, these two are probably the pillars of our society. Farmers who actually fed the generations, and students who are actually the future of this nation or the world. Okay, so that's an alarming. I don't know if you say there are some people out there, 22,000. It's a big, it's not a big number for them because looking at the population of Maharashtra is 10 CR plus, and then why 22,000 is really big. That we would like to understand from Shilpa ji.
Talking about these two categories, if we are seeing,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
first are farmers or
Hmm.
secondary students.
Yes.
Categorically, while we look at the research, we look at the data and calls that we
Hmm.
receive,
Yeah,
we see two major reasons for farmers.
yeah.
One is, of course, financial crisis, the loans,
Hmm.
the COVID.
Hmm. Hmm.
Nature has been very difficult, so they are not
Huh.
able to repay the loans. Financial
Huh.
stresses are there, but one of the reasons of this is also the easy means to the tools.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. So when we
So,
talk about the
hmm, hmm,
causes, yeah,
hmm.
pesticides are easily available. The funds are
Yes.
used somewhere else. These
Yes.
are the combinations in which this happens.
Hmm.
Yeah. And
So,
similarly with student, yeah, sorry,
yes. No, no, please go on.
with students, एक बड़ा सा वी कैन से कि एक्सपेक्टेशंस का बहुत बड़ा एक कैनवस है.
हाँ,
Like
हाँ.
it is not just from the parents, from the
Mhm.
teachers, from the society, but from self as well.
Okay. Okay.
वो खुद
Yes.
को भी इस तरह से रेट रेस में खड़े किए हुए हैं कि लाइक इफ दे डोंट परफॉर्म, इफ वन रिलेशनशिप डजंट वर्क, if they
Mhm.
fail in one entrance, it's
Yeah.
the end of the world. And
Yes.
unfortunately, like I said, there is no awareness that there is a life beyond this,
Yes.
and
Yes.
this is the
Correct.
part of a life.
हाँ. So, यहाँ पे टॉप 10 रीजंस नोटिफाई किया है ये रिसर्च, ये जो स्टैटिस्टिक्स है. देयर आर टॉप 10 रीजंस दैट आर गिवन एंड आई वुड जस्ट लाइक टू पॉइंट आउट दोस 10 जस्ट फॉर द इंफॉर्मेशन हमारे ऑडियंसेस के लिए भी.
Yeah.
सबसे पहला रीजन बताया गया है दैट इज फैमिली प्रॉब्लम्स एंड इट कंट्रीब्यूटेड टू 33% फॉर द सुसाइड. Second problem is the illness. Geet ji, welcome to the show. Finally, she could join us.
I'm so grateful. Thank you.
Yeah. So
Can you hear me well?
Yeah, we'll come to you. Yeah. Yeah, we'll. Yeah. So the second reason for the suicide is illness, and that's physical and mental illness both. Okay. The third reason is the drug abuse. Fourth reason is marriage related issues. Fifth reason is love affairs. Sixth reason is bankruptcy. Seventh, it's unemployment. Ninth, it's professional career problems. And I think, oh, sorry, it was eight. And ninth is the poverty, and eight is the failure in examination. If we see from 1 to 10, and if you could analyze this really well, if you are a good researcher, if you could see, then actually 10 to 1 are the reasons how they are leading to that issues. Okay, so when we say family disputes, illness, these things are not the direct reasons. These are the reasons created out of certain situations, that is unemployment, marriage related issues. So it's more of a descending thing, like, so sorry, it's ascending thing. That's we are from top, from bottom we are going to top. Now I would like to come to Pushkar. Pushkar, you are into you are a professional working into an MNC or now you are here for more than 2 decades, and you are also associated, you're a trained volunteer to attend the distress calls as well. How you would like to combine this two and would like to share your insight? आप थोड़ा इसके ऊपर अगर insights आप share कर सकते हो, working pressure and suicidal tendencies, और ये कैसे होता है?
मेरे लिए ये डिफरेंशिएशन थोड़ा मुश्किल हो गया है. For me,
हाँ,
everything
हाँ.
has become one.
Okay.
I mean, I sometimes get my office into my NGO and I sometimes take the NGO to my office, you know. So it has
Yes.
become वो पूरा एक जैसा हो गया है. ऑफिस में काफी सारा मेंटल स्ट्रेस है. NGO में जो भी सारे कॉल्स आते हैं, like you have said, we have variety of reasons.
Yes.
And many times we find that in connecting हम लोग ये देखते हैं कि we are very late in the game, you know.
Yes.
After all these things have happened, that's when we get a call, and obviously we are not able to do much for the cause
हाँ.
side. हम लोग, I mean, we are not a matrimonial, we are not a job
Yes,
creation, we
Yes.
are not a corporate. So
Yeah.
जैसे आपने बोला, अगर वो सब ठीक रहता, अगर किसी का ब्रेकअप नहीं होता, किसी
Yes.
का
Yes.
जॉब नहीं जाता, तो घर में डिस्प्यूट नहीं होता, तो वो कॉल नहीं होता, you know, all that gets
Yeah.
linked
Yes.
together. So
Yes.
but since we are not on the cause side, we find it's really a losing battle, but we are doing our best to be there. It's like
Yeah.
we are the final net, you know, available. किसी
Yes.
को कोई भी
Yes.
support प्राप्त नहीं हुआ है.
हाँ.
I mean, there is an underlying thing that हर एक का intention काफी अच्छा है, even family का.
Yes.
लेकिन उस intention का उनको कोई use नहीं हुआ है. People have told others to do this. They give a list of things that they can do
हाँ.
to save themselves, and that doesn't work. And that's when kind of we get a call when everything, हर चीज उनके लिए अगर fail हो चुकी है, and then you know, उन्होंने कुछ तो नेट पे ढूंढ लिया, कहीं पेपर में देख लिया, और
Yes.
and that's when we get a call. That's when we come in the picture really.
Picture.
So,
Yes. Yes.
yeah,
That's
and
that's.
I do my best. Even in my office, I do my best to make sure that I have a team of 5 people in my.
Yeah.
I'm also from IT, so and
Yes.
I make sure that I am working with humans, not computers. You know. So
Yes. Yes. Very well. नीना जी, आपके पास आते हुए शायद से यही सवाल मेरा रहेगा, लेकिन मैं थोड़ा और आपसे एक क्वेश्चन इस पे एडिशन रहेगा कि whenever you get those distress call, so उसके पीछे लिसनिंग सबसे जरूरी, ये एक चीज आपके लिए बहुत जरूरी है. आप हमारे ऑडियंस के साथ ये शेयर कीजिए कि लिसनिंग ये क्यों इतना जरूरी है सभी के लिए, और उससे क्या इम्पैक्ट हो सकता है.
Thank you so much, Kamlesh. And continuing what Shilpa and Pushkar have said, I connect the NGO में हम जो करते हैं, that is mindful based listening. बहुत उसको I think it is very underrated across the society or in general. But that is so important is what I have realized over the period of time. And in my interactions with the callers or even day to day, it is first of all, it should be non-judgmental, non-advisory, which is very important. The moment, जैसे हमारे लोग, जैसे I can just add to what Pushkar said, intention सबका अच्छा रहता है. Your family wants the good for you, your friends wants good for you. But the moment when the person is distressed or in the low phase of his life or her life, is where he does not want anything but somebody to just listen out. So there are people who have 500 contacts, but imagine when he is in this last phase of his life, he would just rather reach out because he wants or she wants to talk to somebody or somebody just being with that person. And there is where the call comes to an helpline. Though there are people, he does not, or she does not say that these people don't love me or whatever. But I just want to be where somebody is going to be with me. That is the thing. And that is where listening does play a role. It might come, you know, we have got this question as to listening se kya hota hai, but that's the magic, and that changes the complete game, if you ask me.
Yes. For the sake of repetition, but I'll still repeat that mental health awareness program, when we are doing it and when we actually started doing it, we had a very simple objective. Yes, apart from prioritizing mental health for everyone, you know, we always say that people start to heal the moment they feel heard. मतलब लोगों को जब ऐसे फील होता है कि हमें सुना जा रहा है, तो शायद से बहुत इश्यूज वहीं पे रिजॉल्व होने पॉसिबिलिटीज उसकी होती है. सो लिसनिंग इटसेल्फ इज एन आर्ट, एंड आई थिंक यू गाइज आर इनटू दैट प्रोफेशन as a volunteer. That itself is a commendable thing, you know. So really appreciate that thing. Now, coming to you, Deepti, you had been working in IT. You left that profession and you really want to contribute something to mental well-being and mental health. And you have been also working with a section of a society which probably थोड़ा उसे जो बहुत रिस्पेक्टफुली नहीं देखा जाता है या उनको हमेशा ही एक थोड़ा अवॉइडिंग इसमें ही रखा जाता है। तो आप जब ऐसे कम्युनिटी के साथ काम करते हो तो उसमें सुसाइडल इश्यूज होते हैं क्या? ये मेरा एक सवाल रहेगा ऑडियंसेस के लिए, और अगर वो रहते हैं तो हम उसे कैसे एड्रेस कर सकते हैं?
Yeah. So Kamlesh, so I worked in corporate and startups, right? So the reason I'm mentioning it is, the scale is different. Corporates are bigger organization, startups are a smaller organization, but the issues are similar as far as mental health is concerned, right? Mental health and suicide are not very inseparable in that regard, right? So irrespective of the size of the organization, the issues are there and rampant. It's just that they don't come out, right? So my experience has been, suicide is feeling suicidal is a stage when people reach when they feel lonely and to an extent unheard. Like, since we have been talking about listening as well, right? So I wanted to kind of add to it that why listening can help. In my experience and what I've seen is because people are so lonely in today's age, right? So I have seen people with, let's say, 30,000, 40,000 followers on social media, right? And then they are publicly actually asking if there are ways they can make friends, right? In spite of having so many follow base, right? So it's just an eyewash, and people are lonely. That's the crux of it. Even when you are surrounded with family and so-called maybe followers or some acquaintances, right? They don't have anyone who they can call as a friend. Now, friend is someone we'll assume that who will listen, right? So that's how listening can really contribute. Now, how loneliness can spiral a person into feeling suicidal is because loneliness is certain feeling where you don't feel that there is anyone there for you. You are possibly there in your space, you don't really know what to do, right? You might do some activities for a certain period of time, but then there is a certain void that enters inside you, which makes you feel hopeless. Like, what's the point of anything, right? Maybe you are in a high-paying job, well-paid job, right? Even if not high-paying, right? You have a good house, your basic needs are taken care of, but you don't have anyone to talk to. Yeah, you're feeling lonely, right? So it's like a very deep void that starts creeping inside you, and if not really, handled in time, it sends you in a spiral, which can lead to in-moment suicidal thoughts. I'm not saying that person will actually do it one day, but it will start prompting the suicidal thoughts in person's mind because they feel hopeless. The feeling of hopelessness, loneliness, and suicidal thoughts, it's very, very related, is what I've seen in people around me.
Yes. Thank you for that insight that you shared. विजय, आपके और आते हुए मुझे पता है, मैं स्पेसिफिकली आई एम कमिंग विथ अ वेरी पर्टिकुलर क्वेश्चन टू यू। विजय के बारे में थोड़ा मैं कहना चाहूंगा कि एक फुल टाइम आईटी में रहते हुए अभी उन्होंने एक थोड़ा डिसाइड किया कि अभी उसे वो थोड़ा ऑन ऑफ रखे, एंड नाउ ही वांट्स टू डेडिकेट हिज लाइफ फॉर अ पर्टिकुलर पर्पस, एंड थोड़ा उनका एक स्पिरिचुअलिटी के साथ कनेक्शन भी है। तो विजय, आप थोड़ा इस पे अगर कुछ शेयर कर सकते हो, एज अ पर्सन, एज एन आईटी, अपनी स्पिरिचुअल जर्नी एंड सुसाइड एंड फैमिली।
Firstly, thank you to Kamlesh and Geet for having me onboarded and being associated with a brand as big as Punekar News. To begin with, also, we all need to congratulate and thank such kind of platforms where we are trying to sow seeds and we are trying to bring awareness in whatever small measure that we can, in people's minds, in their hearts. And what is it that we together can do to uplift our own people. If we say that, somebody committed suicide, that somebody is not outside of us, that somebody is part of our community itself. They are our own people. Maybe we may not know them, but they are humans to say that, and coming to more specifically, what are my thoughts, कि मेरे विचार क्या हैं, या जो कुछ भी हमने जो सीखा है, जो इस मंच पे हम शेयर कर सकते हैं एक दूसरे के साथ, वो है कि एक ये रियलाइजेशन बहुत जरूरी है कि लाइफ इज द सुप्रीम गिफ्ट that the creator gives us. The creator will give that gift to us through the form of our parents. On many occasions we've if we speak with our college friends or colleagues, or the so-called moments of depression, not so-called, but which is reality, but the unfortunate thing is, so far in the last 20 minutes of conversation that we have coming across, is something that is being unheard with, something loneliness. So my response will be mix of a few things. Is make friends. Today's generation and I say this collectively, is that we've forgotten to speak to one another. It's good to have people who are connected on social media, social platforms. We are also on a social platform, but at the end of the day, do talk to people, do communicate, even if it is for 5 minutes. And when coming to the most specific topic of suicide, the seed that we really need to imbibe and sow within ourselves is to know that life is a supreme gift. ये ऊंचे में ऊंची, ये सबसे, आप दुनिया की पूरी जायदाद दे दीजिए, we will not get another breath, we will not get another life, we will not get the human form maybe again. So we need to understand that human life is the supreme gift that the creator has given to us in the form of our parents. They are the ones who have given it to us, and something that somebody else, the creator, has given to us, I have no right to take it away. I cannot take away a gift which has been given to me by someone else. Having said that, when it comes to suicide, which I spoke a little while ago, is when we have these conversations with, when we were in college, or when we would think, some of the friends would say, आज इसके साथ breakup हो गया, ये हुआ, I didn't get the kind of job that I wanted, I didn't get the kind of admission that I wanted, I didn't get so on and so forth, many things. So I personally advocate and say this time and time again, is that, now we are in the digital era and we have the mobile phones in our hands. The moment anyone of, has this suicidal thought, just remove your phone, and it's a 30 seconds exercise that we can do. Not more than that. This is my personal experience. 30 seconds exercise. Just go to your gallery. Save your mother's picture in your gallery. Look at it for not more than 10 to 15 seconds and ask yourself, she is the one who kept me secure in her womb for over 9 months, over 8 months. Will that justify what I'm doing to what she has done that for me? The moment the consciousness will give an answer that no, it is not worth doing it, that is the moment of transformation, and that is the moment we will turn the sides and we will go back to life. Life most definitely does not come with a user manual that, ये पॉइंट पे आ जाए तो ये इस दिशा में जाना है, ये तकलीफ आ जाए तो ये इसका हल ये है. But suicide most definitely is not the solution. It is rather a dissolution. It is rather a step which can create and cause havoc.
Yeah.
So those are my
yes
few words which I would like to share.
Thank you, Vijay, for sharing your insights. Geet, I am coming to you, and in a brief, I would like to understand your perspective on this.
I'm so grateful to learn so much from you all. And I was just thinking, whatever I had thought, how can I actually address this session now, right now? And rightly, I would want to say, commit to yourself. Ask yourself, what is your commitment to your own self? We're seeking for so many commitments, from our job, from our relationships, from our expectations from everybody. But what is my commitment to my own self? When I make that U-turn to my own self, then I do not see anything. There is no other. It is just
Yes.
me. And that me is very important. I have to be loyal to my own self. Somewhere I have forgotten to prioritize me. You may take it in a selfish way, but right now that is the need of the hour. At that moment,
Yes.
at that moment where we can just say, I love myself, you know, bringing back that self love. And rightly, how Vijay said, taking a picture of your mother. May I just add one of my clients' incident where a
Yeah.
21-year-old boy who came, actually, he did not come, his friend brought him and said, please talk to her for 2 minutes, just, and then you do what you need to do. And at 12 o'clock, when the phone rang, I exactly same thing. I said, just sit down, take a pause. I mean, you've been doing, we want to take upon big challenges. I have a exam to take care of. My relationship with my girlfriend is not working out. My mother is not good to me. She does not understand me. My father doesn't talk to me. All these small things. I do not have money. All this thing. Can you just empty your plate? We're filling our plate. Big challenges require big solutions, and giving up your life or escapism is not the answer.
Yes.
Self destruction is not the answer. The answer is self preservation. Can I preserve
Yes.
myself?
Yes.
So, can
Thank.
I just add 2 minutes of forgiveness? Can we daily practice forgiveness in our heart? Because every day we ought to bring ourselves forgiving ourselves.
Yes.
Bring to gratitude and to forgiveness and to successes. It could be very small successes in our life. If we can
Yes.
add these elements in our life, daily life, if we can journal it, pen it down, we won't need to look out what is happening there.
Okay, Geet, I think you have shared pretty insightful, with us. So, Shilpa ji, coming back to you again, I think in our discussion last time, एक बहुत इम्पोर्टेंट आपने चीज डिस्क्राइब की थी, वो है सर्वाइवर्स. और सर्वाइवर्स दो टाइप के हैं. एक तो खुद वो इंसान जो वो इंसिडेंट में से सर्वाइव हुए हैं, and the second group of people, that's the survivors of the person who has actually committed it, right? So थोड़ा आप इसके ऊपर अगर कुछ थोड़ी शेयर कर सकते हो आपके insights, और वो क्या उनके ऊपर how what they experience and what they have to go through.
So actually, there are some principles on which we work and we believe in. So I would like to give another perspective of a word used that we use is died by suicide and not committed, because there is a negative connotation to it, and it also means that we don't respect the person's pain, what the person is going through. So there's a lot on the plate, like you all have said, and what we do is we see that plate. We can actually see that what's there. Uh, there are there are 2-3 types of survivors. एक तो वो है जिन्होंने आत्महत्या का प्रयास किया है लेकिन उन्हें बचाया गया है, उनके डेथ नहीं हुई. दूसरे वो है जिनकी डेथ हुई है और फैमिली उनके पीछे है, लाइक देयर क्लोज फैमिली, siblings, brothers, sisters, neighbors, friends, and also those who have witnessed the entire process of the
Yeah.
incidents. That includes the police, the hospital staff, even the ambulance driver, whoever is involved in the entire process. That
Yeah.
so ऐसी जो घटना होती है डायरेक्टली इनडायरेक्टली द रिसर्च से 110 से ऊपर लोगों को एक इंसिडेंट जो है अफेक्ट करता है. Even though we don't see it in close family, we do read about it.
Yes.
There are celebrities, there are actors, there are sports persons. Many people do die by suicide, and if we read that, we are survivors. But the survivor is the one who has closely seen the incident. We have a different, separate helpline for survivors, where we try to go towards that pain. Like, how was it for them to go through that entire incidents?
Yes.
Like कि बहुत से लोग हैं जिन्होंने अगर देखा है विजुअल्स तो उसे वो सालों तक भूल नहीं पाते हैं. और फॉर एग्जाम्पल किसी बच्ची ने दोपहर के टाइम में जब माँ सोई है तब अटेम्प्ट किया है. The poor lady is not able to sleep for 2-3 years together. कि सोच के कि अगर मेरी नींद लगती है तो ये कुछ करना ले. That stress is also very high.
Yes.
जैसे spouses में one partner has died by suicide, the other partner is left with a feeling कि मैं दुख करूं या नहीं करूं, या इसने जो मार लिया है उसी को follow करूं. This is easier. Staying alive is difficult with the kids around, with the parents around. There are n number of examples who are facing this. So to them, we do call them. The helpline works like inbound. People can call us, but survivor support is something that is outbound. We get the numbers from police stations or hospitals or relatives who feel that they want to talk, and then we call them and try to support them. बिकॉज जैसे आपने रीजंस देखे हैं ना, कॉजेज देखे हैं, उनमें से एक ये भी है, द वन हु हैज विटनेस्ड अ सुसाइड, और द वन हु हैज ट्राइड वंस इज more prone to try again or die by suicide. So here comes the prevention, here comes an effort to prevent.
पुष्कर, आपके तरफ आते हुए शिल्पा जी ने अभी प्रिवेंशन के बारे में कहा कि you come into the prevention. Just I would like to ask, and if you could add to it, when people call on a helpline, of course keeping with all the anonymity and all everything, what are the reasons or what they really want to share on any helpline, any given helpline, and why they should call on a given helpline?
It's a difficult question. I mean, all I can say is, I mean, people do call us. They have probably tried various things. They have family has talked to them, but they have been lonely and all sorts of things. And when they call us, and I'm speaking for the entire NGO. What we do on the helpline is we listen to them. It is not passive listening. It is active listening, where kind of we travel together with them. Imagine you are in a cave, and we are with them, and we have a torch, and we will just put the torch on a particular place, and we will explore that. We will not carry anything in the cave. We will not try to take anything out. We will not tell them, you have not done this, so you are going through all of that. We do not know what's happening to them. There is no intention of changing anything. So we will only travel with them. And there is this belief, I believe there is some research, but I wouldn't get into that. So there is this belief that through active listening and the pauses and the silence that periodically come in between, something could happen. We are never sure if it happens. We do not check during the call. We do check how they are feeling, but that's more for them than us. We are never sure whether calling us has helped them. All that we can do is, spread the awareness, put up the posters, like Shilpa had said,
Yeah.
take awareness sessions, and hope that people. I would rather hope that people are not going through any mental stress, and that being the reason that we are getting no calls, so we don't need this NGO. But till the time that all this is going on, we would really like to be there as a net and see what's going on with them. But there is no even a hidden directional exploration to. I can clearly see what the caller is facing. This is what is
Yeah.
missing. Do this and you're solved. I many times say this, I would just put a table and a chair if it was that simple. We don't need this NGO and the training and the helpline and none of this. It's very tough what they are going through. It's for the survivors especially, it is so many times they are running this in their head. What could they have done or not done, because of which that close one, the husband, the wife, the son, ended their life by suicide. They never get the answer. Many times you don't have a note. It's very difficult to them. And if you are really with the person, you just forget about solving anything for them. I mean,
Yes.
I cannot imagine solving anything for the for the caller, for the survivor, so to speak. uh, that's the kind of help that we do in this place.
Yes, yes. थैंक यू। मीना, आपके तरफ आते हुए इट्स लाइक हमने एक चीज बहुत जरूरी सीखी है हमारे मेंटल हेल्थ प्रोफेशन में कि वी नीड केयर फॉर केयर गिवर्स एज वेल। So usually we all counselors, psychologists, we have our own counselors as well. Like we need to visit counselors because every one of us are ह्यूमन एंड हम सभी को फीलिंग्स होती है, सभी के लाइफ में डाउन पैच होता है, कभी इट्स प्रोग्रेसिंग पैच, इट्स अ पॉजिटिव थिंग गोइंग ऑन इन लाइफ, समटाइम इट्स नेगेटिव. Realizing all this, you also might be listening to so many disturbed persons, individuals. आप बहुत ही स्ट्रेसफुल कॉल्स हैंडल करते हो, उसका इम्पैक्ट आपके ऊपर कितना रहता है और आप उसको कितना कैरी करते हो? Nina, I think you are on mute.
Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
This is the most important part, that is about self-care, that we keep on talking,
Yes.
because we are listening to people and the whole thing is that it should not rub on us in a way. Or then you might also feel that hopeless or helplessness, as well can see that
Yes.
we do not guide anybody or advise them, do this, don't do that, because it's a respect that comes in it. Okay, whatever the person is going through, we respect the pain that the person is going through and just be with that person till he sees it for himself, because the whole idea is everybody has that thing in him or her to see what is happening. It's just allowing that time to go. Coming back to self-care
Yes.
here, I would say it's a very beautiful one and a very personal thing that is everybody practices. It can be taking care of your physical well-being, having the debriefs, talking out. So in our NGO itself, we have the mentors, we have the trainers with whom we will debrief about the calls, about what happened and what happened to us if this call was happening, as to what were the
Yes.
feelings, because you need to vent out yourself also as to what was the processing that happened for us. Then important is taking care of yourself physically, because again, if you're physically fine, fit and fine, your mental health
Yeah.
somehow gets connected to it. So yes,
Yes.
that is something that at least personally I do, and it does help.
Yes.
And there are different ways, right? It's everybody's done at a personal level. For some
Yes.
meditation does help. For some, the sound therapy helps. The pet therapy helps. So whatever helps to
Yeah.
unwind probably and recharge.
Yes.
Yeah.
Deepti, as a counselor, uh, how you would promote self-control or self-care?
Yeah. Yeah, so I'm glad you asked that, Kamlesh, because Nina also kind of hinted at self-care, right? I believe, so I want to introduce one more word, which is self-love, right? When
Yeah.
self-care and self-love are obviously very, very intertwined. And I always say the best form of love is self-love. And we need to have awareness around that as well, because people think that self-love is possibly equating to selfishness, which is Absolutely not, right? So
Yes.
any change that has to come, it has to come from yourself, one.
Mm-hmm.
Second is, the only thing that you can control is yourself and not your surroundings and situations and environment, right? Which
Yes.
will obviously have certain issues which will be, causing distress to you. So
Mm-hmm.
hence self is very, very important, whether it is self-love, self-care, right? And self-control also, becomes a part of it. Now, the other
Yes.
thing which I always stress, carrying this concept of self, is there are two very important things which I always, talk about, which is self-talk, and of course, self-care is something that should suit you, right? You should
Mm-hmm.
feel that this is helping you, because there are a lot of guidelines, a lot of recommendations that you do this, you do that, but don't take them as should. Like,
Yes.
there are certain things which are should, like, you should take care of your health and all, but how you can take care of your let's say physical health is, I mean, should be decided by yourself and not by someone else's
Yeah.
physical fitness routine. Like, if you like to go for walks, do that. But if you like to hit a gym, do that, right? So there is no mandate that you should go for yoga, you should go for exercising at a specific time, you should wake up early. When people try to do that, then the interest goes away because they don't enjoy it and they don't love it, and then it just falters, right? So though they make an attempt, it falters. So very important that your self-care routine should be something which you enjoy, not because someone else is doing, because not because some celebrity or influencer is telling you, right? First of all, it has to
Yes.
be
Yes.
beneficial to you and you should
Mm.
enjoy that. That's where I use the word should,
That's yeah.
not
Yeah.
very this thing. And
Yes.
self-talk is another very important aspect of self-care, which is not very often talked about, I feel, because what you tell your brain, what you tell yourself, has a very, very long-term impact, right? So let's say I gave an example of loneliness sometime back, and we also all of us spoke about it in various forms. So if you have a very empowering self-talk, right, which is reassuring, that okay, yes,
Yeah.
I am feeling lonely, but
Mm-hmm.
I have got myself, and possibly I can try out these things. This is an example.
Yes.
See how it will make you feel, and it will definitely prompt you to take some action, right? Versus you say this to yourself, like, this is a very hopeless situation. I'm obviously feeling lonely. I don't know what I can do, and etc. And it goes into a spiral, right? So when there is no one else around, you have yourself. So it is very important what you're telling yourself, which is your self-talk. And that's why I always feel that self-talk is very important part of self-care, in
Mm.
addition to a lot of things. So self-love,
Yes. Yes.
self-talk, self-care, and it should be something that will appeal to you, not because someone else in the world
That's
is doing it.
yeah. Yeah. That's amazing. विजय, एक बहुत ब्रीफ में मैं आपसे चाहूंगा कि फॉरगिवनेस ये कितना बड़ा रोल प्ले करता है इसमें.
See, forgiveness, like how, just to connect the dots with what Deepti
Yes.
just said right now,
Mm.
forgiveness, let us start with forgiveness, forgiving myself. If
Mm.
I don't find myself that I'm able to forgive myself, मैं अपने आप को किसी गलती की वजह से कोई एक कदम अगर मैं चढ़ नहीं पाया हूँ,
Mm-hmm.
सीढ़ी का कोई कदम में अगर आगे नहीं चढ़ पाया हूँ, अगर मैं अपने आप को माफ नहीं कर पाया, तो वो उचित बात
Yes.
नहीं है.
Yes.
So connecting the dots with self-care, it is utmost importance that we forgive ourselves and then we move forward. We don't carry what was last evening, last yesterday. We
Yeah.
don't take the broken pieces of yesterday and then move today.
Yes.
So
Yes.
forgiving self is of prime importance. Yes, forgiving others, being non-judgmental with others, that is
Yes.
equally important. Yes.
Okay. Thank you for that, Vijay. Shilpa, coming to you, I think there is a very important aspect that probably I wanted to ask pre-COVID and post-COVID. If you could, in 1 or 2 minutes, in brief, if you could, what exactly changed?
Yeah, a lot. A lot has changed. Globally, we can see that a lot has
Yeah.
changed. We never thought things will be online and there won't be any support in them. But I'm glad to mention here that during the COVID times itself, the number of helplines have gone up.
Wow.
क्योंकि तब लगा था कि जैसे लोग घरों में बंद थे, काम बंद था, कई ऑफिसेस बंद हुए, कई बिजनेसेस बंद हुए, कई बिजनेसेस को शिफ्ट करना पड़ा विद द टाइम्स. विथ ऑल दैट द स्ट्रेस इंक्रीज्ड. डिस्ट्रेस इतना ज्यादा था कि द एनिमी, द डिसीज वाज अननोन, कुछ उसके बारे में पता नहीं था. देन मीडिया वाज ऑल लाइक बहुत सारा इंफॉर्मेशन. इट वाज आल्सो एन पैंडेमिक की तरह इन्फोडेमिक भी था. बहुत ज्यादा इंफॉर्मेशन आ रही थी, बहुत ज्यादा स्ट्रेस था. तो उसी टाइम पे वी कुड फॉर्चुनेटली सपोर्ट द पीपल इवन स्टेइंग एट आवर होम्स through the telephonic services and through the email services, because people were at 7, 8, 9 people were stuck in one room, one house. People could not talk, but at least they could write, they could send emails. People were stuck with their domestic violence. करने वालों के साथ बैठे हैं, हेल्प नहीं ले पा रहे थे, वो हेल्पलाइन से कर पाए, रीच आउट कर पाए. And stress wise, so it's completely different, but two aspects, like I said, financial stresses and relationship stresses, they both have gone very up, कि बहुत ज़्यादा उनमें बढ़ा है, क्योंकि सारे रिश्तों के भी कलर्स बदल गए, सारे रिश्तों के भी पर्सपेक्टिव्स बदल गए, एस्पेक्ट्स बदल गए, है ना. और बिजनेसेस के तो हुए. सो ह्यूज इम्पैक्ट, बट पॉजिटिवली सपोर्ट दे पाए इज व्हाट आई कैन सी. कि the positive aspect was, yes, there were many helplines who opened new helplines, naya support aaya, we could support them. So that's
yes. आई थिंक आपने इमोशनल डिस्ट्रेस की बात की, तो यहाँ पे मैं अनाउंस करना चाहता हूँ यही प्लेटफॉर्म पे कि अगले सैटरडे का एपिसोड जो है वो इमोशनल अवेयरनेस पे है, और वेरी सून विल बी इंट्रोड्यूस टू आवर गेस्ट्स आल्सो हु विल बी कमिंग ऑन दैट शो. तो ये बताना था कि इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस जिसे हम बोलते हैं वो कितना जरूरी है, कितना बड़ा रोल प्ले करता है डिसीजन मेकिंग में, एंड इट्स डायरेक्टली कोरिलेटेड टू द सुसाइडल थॉट्स, एंड उसका इम्पैक्ट कैसे होता है. तो ये सब चीजें एस्पेक्ट्स हम जानने की कोशिश करेंगे वो एपिसोड में कमिंग सैटरडे. गीत, कमिंग टू यू इन वेरी ब्रीफ, योर थॉट्स ऑन दिस. You're on mute. Yeah. Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
I'll again bring myself back to my own self and saying, acknowledge yourself. We're seeking outside, and there is no other. We have to just look within, the divine within, the power within, the light within, and let's just connect with that. It's a plea to each and every one, whoever are hearing, and if the voice, the sound, the geet, the song can reach out, just go look within. You have so much power. We are special, very specially curated by the universe, and it is only calling us to just look within, understand your strength, just learn how to handle your own, regulate rather, learn how to regulate your being.
Yes.
That's all I can, with humility, with all humble heart, I can just say, connect with your heart.
Yes. See, it's a really great thing that, and I would like to take this opportunity to thank all our panelists, Deepti, Pushkar, Neena, Geet, Shilpa, and Vijay, that you made it a point to be here on this very special day, because I believe if you could impact one life, I think that's a big thing. We are not commanding, or we are not declaring that we'll be impacting thousands of lives, but one life. Even if you could impact one life, I think that's something we could start with, and that's that will bring a lot of change. So once again, I thank you all for being here, sharing your really amazing insights, and I'm sure all our viewers, listeners, and audiences who are listening to us, who are supporting us, that they'll they have received something really helpful today. And Shilpa, you have talked about infodemic. We have also done an previous episode on infodemic and how does it
Yeah.
impact. So
Yeah.
that's really true. And there's one more announcement here. Punekar News has begun a Pink Hope, a breast awareness campaign for the month of September and October. It will span in these 2 months, and I request all of you to support the initiative, to connect, to collaborate with the initiative. Once again, I thank you all my listeners, all our panelists, and hope to all see you very soon. Thank you so much. Namaste.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.